What's up, YouTube? Today I'm sharing 5 must-read books for any entrepreneur looking to change their life, or any person for that matter. In the previous video, I gave you guys 6 millionaire habits that absolutely transformed my life, and one of those habits was reading. Just so you know, I have an extensive library beyond just these 5 books that I'm gonna share with you, but these are 5 books that really hit home on the mindset that helped me change and start to think differently, that led to extreme results in my life. So the first book that we're gonna speak about is this one, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. This book was an extremely great read for me. I love his mentality and his ease of delivery by putting it as simple as this. You have the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. And these are 3 different lanes with 3 different outcomes, and you can choose which lane you want to get to. So honestly, for any person who's looking to have extreme success at a young age, or you're like one of those people who are targeting to retire early and that sounds appealing to you, this is the ideal book you want to read because it really puts a lot of things in perspective, mindset wise and so forth. He's definitely a byproduct of Think and Grow Rich, which is another book, but we're not going to talk about that. That's not one of the top 5. I got more books coming, I promise. Maybe eventually we'll turn this into a more routine thing, but honestly, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. The title is absolutely deceiving, I know, and I think they do that just to ward off the people who are just gonna be like, oh, this is a naysayer. You gotta look past this title and really get into this book because, man, the wealth of information is abundant. So the second book that I want to talk about today is Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. Now this I have in audiobook form from Audible. If you guys don't have Audible, I have a link down in the description below that'll help you get up to 2 free audio books. This book is narrated by the author, Grant Cardone himself, and another great jewel about listening to audiobooks that are narrated by the author, a lot of times when they're reading a story, they will ad-lib and give you more context. So you get way more than what the book reader got because he's willing to ad-lib and just freestyle off of his heart. And you know, certain emotions get triggered at that point in time. This is absolutely why I love audiobooks that are narrated by the author. So again, if you guys don't have Audible, there's a link down in the description below to help you get 2 free audiobooks. But Be Obsessed or Be Average, that mindset that's being sold in this book is one you should subscribe to. It's not for everybody. I know Grant Cardone is not for everyone. He's extremely aggressive. I love his style though. I love his swag. And a lot of this mindset and a lot of the relentlessness, just seeing the background, you start to understand why he is the way that he is and why that aggression is there. But after you understand it, you absolutely 100% adopt a piece of it. At least I did, and I am 100% grateful to him for making this audiobook, Be Obsessed or Be Average. Now, the next book that I'm going to talk about is another book that I had in audio form. Now, why do I love audiobooks? Is because when I was working my 9-to-5 job, I had a long period where I could listen to audio, like podcasts, audiobooks and things. So I spent a lot of that time while at work educating myself for the real job and the real test of life for me to be a full-time entrepreneur. But this next book I have listened to, I kid you not, probably more than 20 times. It's called F.U. Money by Dan Lok. And yes, the title is as enticing and as true as to what this book is about, man. This mindset, the F.U. money, like literally getting enough money to be able to tell X, Y, or tell certain things or opportunities or things that you don't want to do, to just screw off and to be able to do what you want to do in life, is being spoken to in this book. This book is extremely inspiring. His story is inspiring. This is the exact thing that I spoke about when I said that all of these great successful people have left their blueprint, their jewels, and their truth. This is another one that's being narrated by the author, and I absolutely 100% recommend it. Now, the 4th book that I'm going to recommend is another audiobook that I have listened to over 20 times because it's super short, quick, and easy to consume. And this one's a sleeper. It's called 6 Figures in 6 Months by Peter Voogd, and this one is fire. The title is gonna probably throw a lot of people off. 6 months to 6 figures. A lot of people don't believe that they can get 6 figures in 6 months. I think the title doesn't give the book justice. Nevertheless, the mindset, the jewels that this young man drops it's no wonder that he's as successful as he is. I absolutely admire and enjoy this book. I'm so excited talking about these books right now that literally I'm gonna go back and listen to these books over again. The mindset and his thought patterns. I wanted to absorb him so much, I kept listening to it over and over. And like literally as I'm talking about it, I want to listen to it again. That's how great it was for me. And that's how much it spoke to the inner entrepreneur and soul, just the inner success spirit that I have within me. Love this book. So go check it out. I got it off of Audible. I loved it. Okay, so what I'll do is, if you're into audio, you can get Audible. If not, I'll try to find the physical forms and link every book that I speak about down below in the description. The fifth book that I'm gonna talk about is the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Yes, another Grant Cardone book. Why do I love this book? 10X Rule. The whole idea of taking what you do or something that you've had success in and aiming to 10X it, to multiply it, to grow it to as big and as strong as you can build it up to become is the perfect mindset of any entrepreneur looking to have extreme success. As I said, I like this guy's style. As I said, I'm here for the information, and these two books that I mentioned from Grant Cardone gave me a great mindset, a great viewfinder into his mind, and I learned so much and I grew so much. Those books are super dope, and guess what? You guys made it to the end of the list. I got some bonus books for you that I'm gonna speak on. I got 2 more books I'm gonna tell you guys about. This is just for those people who hung in there with me. I got you. I'm gonna make them quick and rapid. So the next book is I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I forgot how to say or enunciate the author's name. I'll put it up on the screen. This is another great book. It's really financial driven and gets you to think about your finances. It's really about automating your finances, literally making your money get automated and pushed out certain ways to set yourself up for a better financial future. That's what it's all about. So that book I want to throw in there, bonus for some people who may not be well with managing their money. He gives you a lot of great financial tips. I have yet to implement this, but I will be doing it in the future. Last bonus book that I'm going to give you is The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon is another great financial savvy book to think about. It takes place in Babylon, but all of the principles are still the same and current and able to be used in today's time. Like, this thing is a phenomenal, quick read. Like, that's another physical book that I actually had and I read it really quick. I'm not the biggest fan of physical books. I like audio books. That's just how I get down. So those were 5 must-read, life-changing entrepreneur books that I hope you go out and grab. Actually 5 plus 2, because those who made it here know I got you. My name is CJ. This is Create a Hustle, where I'm here to challenge you and myself to create multiple streams and hustles so that we can have a better financial future and entrepreneur roadmap. I'm out. Peace.
That's on me, ayy. Any day could have been dead. High school price on my head. Paranoid lying in my bed. Pray to God they don't turn my shirt cherry. I was lost, didn't know me. Introduced myself to codeine. 6 months was a dope fiend. Philly didn't even know things. There was a low me. Swear to God that would have owed me. Everything you ever told me. Everything you ever showed me. I forgot it. Caused me drama.